Hello, welcome back. I'm with Dr. Rachel Holbrook, who is a teacher at Johnson Central High School.
Johnson County Middle School.
Johnson County Middle School, 7th grade, and you've done a project called Smart Brainstorming. And so how did you come up with that project, and where is it, and then what are you doing?
As a language arts teacher, I commonly teach brainstorming to my students, and with my research background, when I worked on my doctorate, I approached things by wanting to know more. And so I wanted to know if a certain strategy would have an effect on my students' work.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the brainstorm where that came from.
Okay. And how are the students responding to, have you been able to jump into your project yet?
We just purchased the board. It's a smart cap board, and what that means, it's a new smart board.
Okay.
Teachers are used to the old smart boards. This is a new one. And so students can connect with their phones and other devices. I have a Chromebook set in my classroom.
Okay.
And whatever we write on that board shows up directly on their screen. And so they can interact with that in real time. And so we just purchased that. I just got that in last week. And so we've not had a chance to use it yet.
Okay. Whenever you're developing this concept, this idea, did you work with the students to help come up with the ideas too? Or?
Well, we wanted to look for weaknesses and strengths. And one of their weaknesses was deciding which brainstorming strategy is most appropriate. So this is an opportunity for me to help them better decipher which brainstorming activity to use for certain situations. Okay.
From what you've done thus far, do you have an idea which one you think will be the most promising?
Most likely we will look at listing, where students will list their ideas and do pre-writes before completing writing, so that way they have a starting point and something to look from instead of just writing, so they have a criteria to follow.
Okay. And so then the final product and the brainstorm will be the actual writing part. So how long have you been teaching?
This is my 12th year.
Okay.
And this year I'm also working with technology, so half a day I do technology integration with elementary school teachers.
Okay.
So I'm taking on a dual role this year.
So how has technology and the emerging technology changed how you've taught in the last few years?
Several different ways. One thing, when I first began, we didn't have a lot of computer access. We have one mobile lab, and so now students have one computer for every student. And so with Google Classroom is something new we started this year. And so every student is able to interact, whether they're at home. When they miss, they can still see their work. They can interact in real time with other students. Yesterday I was in a kindergarten classroom that was working with a teacher from Australia. And so it's drastically changed.
So what's going on in our classroom is quite a bit different than it was a few years ago.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. And because of this, how will our students perhaps be better prepared for the new economy? We know that jobs that they're going to have don't exist right now.
I think that our students are going to be prepared for a more global world because they can interact and see what's going on globally and not just what's happening here in Eastern Kentucky. And that's something new and exciting. Okay.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being part of our program, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.